Welcome back to That's No Class, the show where we get everything right 100% of the time. Yeah, 100%. Brian found a free book on our building's community giveaway table, and it's called 2,201 Fascinating Facts, published in 1983. As you can already tell, it's a real find. So we're introducing a new segment called 100% Facts.
Is that a fact?
100%.
No, it's not a fact. It's just what I heard. That's just what I heard.
Okay, so we can all share in these truths. What do you got for us?
All right. First fact
Okay.
ever
Okay.
on our show. One of Napoleon's drinking cups was made from the skull of the famous Italian adventurer Cagliostro.
How's that possible?
Okay, so this fact has three parts to it.
Okay.
Napoleon,
Mm-hmm.
Cagliostro,
Okay.
and the skull cup.
All right.
So, did my research.
Okay.
Use my journalistic skills. This is what I have found.
Dove deep.
First on the three facts,
Okay.
or the three subjects. Napoleon, if you don't know, was the emperor of France. He came to power during the French Revolution, commanded France's armies, fought in wars all over Europe. These are called the Napoleonic Wars.
Right.
Cagliostro, already not really an adventurer from what I could read. This term adventurer
Yeah,
sounds
who
pretty
is this
grandiose,
guy?
almost Marco Polo. No. From everything that I've been able to find, Cagliostro was, by most accounts, just kind of a weirdo and a con man who claimed he could do all kinds of things like occult stuff. And eventually he got turned into the Inquisition and died in prison in 1795,
Okay.
which was right around the time that Napoleon was doing these big military campaigns across Europe. Now, the cup. Apparently, I was imagining a skull, like vertical,
Yeah, I'm
upright.
like, how can it hold liquid?
How would it? You got eye holes, you've got
Yeah.
spinal cord hole, but apparently the way
Hold
that it's
one
done,
sip.
yeah, real quick, you drink it
Just
real
a
fast.
shot.
But apparently the way that it's done, according to Wikipedia, is surprisingly common.
What?
The skull in olden times,
Oldie time.
what you do is you actually remove the top part of the skull and you just flip it upside down and you use the top part of the skull. It's more like a dish than a cup.
So a bowl.
It's kind of a bowl, but
That's weird.
and it's shallow, but it was common. I shouldn't say common.
Why?
But it was done in Asia, and there were like medieval kings and stuff who had these skull cups, from their enemies and from people and stuff like that. Like you kill a person, you take their thing and whatever, and there you go.
Okay.
Okay. So, but here's the thing. I found so little about this. It's been 40 years, and I know some things get lost, but
Yeah.
some things fade away. Kids these days don't know about the cartoons that I grew up with. But you would think that two relatively famous figures, there would be some sort of information. I
Yeah.
found basically nothing. The only nugget of information that I could find was a passing reference in a review of a book that was a biography on Cagliostro published in 2004.
Okay.
And it said that it wasn't Napoleon that drank from the skull cup, but it was his soldiers. They had been doing a military campaign, and it says they were in the Italian town of Rimini, where Cagliostro was buried.
Okay.
And it says that they dug up his body and then drank wine from his skull to toast and hope for the end of the Catholic Church, which Cagliostro had become a symbol of because it was the Inquisition that jailed him and killed him.
All right.
So you can see how Napoleon would be connected to this kind of fact.
Yeah.
Like there is a connection
You
there,
can see it. Yeah.
but that's all that I could find.
Okay. So, is this a fact, do you think? What is your verdict?
My verdict is I'm going to say this is a myth.
Okay.
So maybe somebody drank from that skull,
Yeah.
but I'm not confident saying that it was Napoleon.
Right.
And I'm totally skeptical of the image that we all got with that of Napoleon having this skull chilling like on his mini bar
Yeah.
where he could grab it at hand
At any moment.
and have some wine and some cheese.
Weird.
But
Interesting.
I would love to hear from maybe a real historian who had any knowledge about this at all, because like I said,
Yeah.
it was real sparse. This whole thing was real sparse.
It is a really random fact, so
But it sounds so
maybe.
kind of cool.
Yeah, like you feel like more people would know about it.
Yeah, you would think that it would be a bigger
First of all,
footnote in history.
I didn't even know that there were skull cups in general, so I
Didn't
mean,
either.
maybe it is out there.
Certainly learned a lot
Yeah.
reading about all this kind of stuff, but could not verify this particular fact.
Strange. Okay. All right. Very
Yeah.
cool.
So,
Thank you.
but I do want to give a shout out to Mr. Facts on Twitter, who
Okay.
also tried to bring this particular fact to the world's attention back in 2011. The account has been dormant this entire time, but we see you, Mr. Facts. We
Mr.
see
Facts.
you.
All right, I like it. All right. Next up, we check in on our scale of joy, and later our no class picks of the week. Stay factual out there. We'll be right back.
Stay factual.
You know.